Right, well, ladies and gents, apparently we've got some plot details revealed for the Mandalorian Grogu film. Take this all with a pinch of salt, but it is interesting nonetheless, so I thought we'd take a look at it together. So dive right in with me, ladies and gents. Hit subscribe if you're newer, and I'll leave this article linked down below. But, says this, some major plot details have allegedly been revealed for Jon Favreau's upcoming The Mandalorian Grogu film, specifically regarding the fate of Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze character. Now that was kind of controversial, I guess, to a degree. People were a bit annoyed with Bo-Katan sort of taking the limelight away from the Mando. It did almost become the Bo-Katan show. I don't think that's too much of a stretch or too controversial to say. Now, whether you liked or disliked her character, you know, there's an argument to be had that you could have just made her own series. That could have been quite good as well, and just focus on the Mando. But what's her fate, eh? So in a video uploaded to the YouTube channel of WDW Pro, he revealed that a Lucasfilm and Disney insider revealed to him that a major plot point in the film has been changed in regards to Bo-Katan. So it's not what it was originally. So he shared, quote, Bo-Katan's character may have been set up to take the crown as the Mandalorian at the end of the film, and that seems to have been jettisoned now, and you can draw your own conclusions for why Favreau and company would decide to do that. But now it seems that Bo-Katan will sacrifice herself, apparently, in order to save the Mandalorian and Grogu. That's a big deal. That's interesting. That's really interesting. If that's true. If that's true. I don't know how much I believe that, to be honest. Just because Bo-Katan, well, one, a female. We don't really get many female deaths, to be fair. And I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether Filoni would allow her to die either. Anyway, continued further, he said, I'm told that Luke Skywalker will appear in this film with a very young boy, a very, very young male actor. I'm not sure if that means infant. I'm not sure if that means toddler. I'm not sure if that means very young child. So he's just told it was a very, very young actor. What I can say, though, is that the speculation I'm hearing, based on attire, is that this is going to be the first time you see Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren together, chronologically. And that there might be some attempt to display how much Luke is a wonderful uncle and loving towards Kylo Ren. Is that them like trying to right the wrongs of, you know, the previous movies that made, I don't know, Luke had to be some like psycho murderer thing? God, they're weird decisions that they made with their films and stuff. They really did make some weird choices. They really, really did. So next, he continued further and says, finally, folks, we're also hearing that we're going to get some serious Jedi powers in the film. I can tell you that I've been given a heads up on who the villain is, certainly. I'm not yet ready to bring that out. It's a pretty big scoop. It's a really big one. I don't want to be wrong because it'll make me look really bad if we put that out there and get it wrong, but I'm pretty comfortable on these scoops that I've gotten so far. So the Jedi powers, Luke and Grogu will combine their Jedi powers together. Okay. Although Grogu is not a Jedi necessarily, he's a Padawan. He's not even really a Padawan anymore because he went back to the Mando, didn't he? Does that mean he's not... yeah, it does. It really means he's not a Padawan anymore, doesn't it? Because he's not allowed to have emotions and all that drivel. But anyway, he says, but they will combine their powers together in a scene to save the day. That remains seemingly true. Huh. And he says, anyway, this will be the end of the Mandalorian and Grogu story arc. Flat out, it's over. Will they appear in the rest of the trilogy? Perhaps. But their story arc as a combined duo comes to an end with this film. No season 4, no season 5. That is wrapped up. And Boba Fett might show up in this movie. But we heard from Tamora Morrison that, yeah, he was done. But he might have just been throwing people off the scent. Although he's pretty honest, to be honest. I don't know, you know. So as far as the claim that the Mando and Grogu will be the beginning of a new trilogy, this was actually rumoured at the beginning of January. Following Lucasfilm's announcement of the film, Jason Ward at Making Star Wars said, "My source, the original source who first told me that Season 4 would be a movie, told me that this is going to be a trilogy." I think this is them trying to recoup some money from this brand, this offshoot brand of Star Wars. Because again, they've not made anything from Mando. And I'm going to add a caveat. That's just my additional sense on it. Is that it's a trilogy if the first one connects. This is, well, that's standard movie making, to be fair. That's not really a caveat. That's very, very standard filmmaking. If the first one does well, they'll always make another. Even if it's meant to be a one and done, they'll find a way. Oh boy, howdy, they'll find a way. It says this: if the first one is a big film, they'll go forward and make two. If the first one is 350 million, if it's Indiana Jones money, then they're probably just going to do the two and then wash their hands with it. Those two films are going to happen. So apparently we're going to get two films. And there's even loads of other people as well. So the rumour also appeared to be confirmed by actor Giancarlo Esposito during a recent appearance at Dragon Con. It says, as in the MCU, Disney will figure out how to join all these characters into one really great movie or TV show. That's my sense where it'll go. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have a new vision. Continuing on with the Mandalorian movie, my sense is that it's all going to converge at one point or another, and we're going to have another set of trilogy or more of films. So he's basically confirmed it as well. Look, so a few things. Let's just break it down, okay? So, Bo-Katan sacrificing herself. Does it work in terms of narrative? Yes and no. I don't hate that idea. I'm surprised that that's the way that they would go. But I don't hate that idea. It kind of does work on a narrative level. Because they've teased this almost rivalry between Mando and Bo-Katan. Who's going to take which? You know, who's going to be the leader of the Mandalorians? Who could it be? Blah, blah, blah. So it kind of works. That does actually kind of work, to be honest. And to save the Mandalorian and Grogu, I think is a very honourable thing. That kind of works as well. It's the sort of hero's journey, so to speak. Luke Skywalker appearing with Kylo Ren. Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, it makes sense timeline-wise. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. And Grogu and Luke combining their powers. Sure, fine. Who cares? Like, that's... Yeah. I don't think anyone really cares that much about that, to be honest. That was fine, I guess. And then this being the end. No season 4 or 5. That makes a lot of sense, because they definitely want to make some money from this now, because they've not really made anything from it, and they really missed the trick there. Like, Disney really messed up by not doing Mandalorian season 1 and then continuing elsewhere with movies. Like, they really did mess that up. So there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, drop it down below. Cheers guys, take care, bye bye now.